Yo, 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 what's good, creative fam? How's everybody doing? I hope, man, everybody is having a wonderful day so far. Hope your week is going good, man. I hope you're blessed. Hope everything is going good. It's your boy James with the Artist Loft, man, and we are back with another great interview we're going to do today. But before we get into that, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you to head over to YouTube. I need you to hit the subscribe button over there, hit that share and that like. You know what I'm saying? It really helps out the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and share this, man, because we got a brother coming up, man, that I think is really going to bless some people, man. Talented young dude. I'm telling you, man, this is what we need right here. But this cat, man, is I'm gonna tell you, I checked out some of his music, checked out his page, man. This dude is crazy talented, right? Like he's just really, really just just all over creative and talented, man. He is, and I need to make sure I express this. He is a rap artist, not a rapper, but a rap artist. Okay, all right, y'all got that? Y'all got it in your head? All right, man. Well, that's dope. So listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and bring him out, man. Y'all put it up, man. Y'all give it up for the homie Avarexnj, man, straight out of New Jersey. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's poppin'? I'm here, man.
Yo, what's good, man? What's the business, bro? How you
The
doing?
artist loft, the artist loft. It's a pleasure. My bad, trying to get myself together, but yeah, we here. I appreciate the invite, and let's have fun.
Man, no problem, man. So go ahead, man. Tell the people about yourself.
Okay, well, first off, I'm a father of one. I got a lot of nieces and nephews, so I have a lot of eyes on me that be watching me. So I have to make sure I carry myself a certain way. That's number one. Definitely believe in God. That's number two. Well, that's number one, and then we're gonna make the other one number two. Um, Number three, I'm an artist, rap artist, like you said. I appreciate the shout out, paid attention. And what I mean by that rapper, people use when you tell people nowadays you're a rapper, it's like a joke. And I'm not a joke. I come with, I'm a humble guy. I'll joke and laugh with you, but I'm not a joke. I come with seriousness too, because at the end of the day, I really come from New Jersey, the poverty. I'm from the line under poverty. And that's what
Okay.
I do it for, to show people who come from that's not even being heard. I use my gifts for them to be heard as well too, including me.
Right, right. Okay.
Jesus,
All
my
right.
bad.
No, man, you good, man. You good. So I ask everybody this question, right? And then I'm gonna ask you this before we get into the nuts and bolts of what you do.
Okay.
First, I want you to tell the people, what does art mean to you?
Oh man, life. I feel like it gives life to people. I see the excitement, especially if you do something hot. Like my stuff come from the streets. So the things I see in the street, that's what I express in my art. And I just have my own way of doing it.
Right.
And also it art saved my life, man. It saved me from not selling drugs, from not robbing or killing, to put food on the table. Because I've been, like I said, I'm from the line under poverty, and I come from those things. And when I found art always been around for me to make money off. I just had to find ways of doing it, even though
Right.
it's not really like it's not really like, there are books out there, but the best person to teach in life is experience, from what I've learned over the years and what people older than me taught me.
Right.
So that from those perspectives, and just, it's in me. It got to be in you. You know what I mean? My son, he know how to draw too, so I've been training him. See, I'm able to train him. When my stuff was, I had to learn on my own. So
Right.
he actually got a teacher to train him, and plus it was hard for me to be in the schools for my talent, because there's not that many art classes, and that's another thing. Hopefully, I could change that. We put more of those things in there, because you can actually get these kids off the street with the talent, instead of having them going to jail or going away for so many years for something that they did, a mistake that they made. They actually have a gift, and
Right.
I'm
Right.
just speaking from that perspective.
Man, that's what's up. So, man, here, man, we definitely believe that art is life. Um, we definitely believe that art is communication. It's always been
Mhm.
communication. It's always been a way for us to tell our stories, whether it's through music, through dance, through whatever the creative process and medium is. It's always been about that. And I think somewhere along the lines where we got into a place to where the communication became just talk, and it was no longer uh, artists communicating with the people. It was just them just talking because it didn't take much to make it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take a whole lot. If you think about nowadays, man, with YouTube and a lot of things that's out,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you got cats that are becoming millionaires overnight almost, and it's with no communication. So for
Mm-hmm.
people, because like I say, I've listened to some of your music, and for people like you, and I know some artists here that are the same way, that are still communicating, that are still pushing a message.
Yeah.
Actually, harder for y'all now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because people don't want to hear the message anymore.
They want the gimmick. They want the gimmick. They want you. They want the toy. They don't even want the happy meal. They don't even want the meal. They just want the toy and just
That's it.
whatever can entertain them, and that's it.
And that's crazy
Very.
because this is art. This is what it is. It's all about communication. That's what, and some of these dudes are talented. Don't get me wrong, but the communication is lost. And
Yep.
I think we've gotta get back to that. I think there's a generation coming up now that are getting back to the communication.
Mm-hmm.
And it just takes, that's the purpose of this platform, is to push that. Because people need to, we gotta hear the message. We got to hear the message. You know what I'm saying? It was the message that drove us in the first place. People my age, man, 40s and 50s, it was the message that pushed us. Now we got into some crazy stuff, the gangster music and all of those stuff too. But even in that was a message.
That was a message.
You know what I'm saying? Even
That was
in
a
that,
message.
there was still a message.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, man, I think it's dope what you're doing.
Thank
Like I
you.
say, um, the music that I listened to, I think it was on Apple Music. Um, yo, like when I heard it, it was like, oh yeah, this brother gonna have a hard time, man. He talk, he talking way too much real stuff right here. You know,
Yeah.
like this is gonna be rough for him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I had a married couple on last week. They just dropped an album, and
Wow.
dope, man. But same
Okay.
with them. Like their music is really, really feel good stuff. Like if you bad, you just turn on one of their songs and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what's up.
it's, it's
That's
like
what's
that.
up.
But
We need that. We need that.
people want to be angry though. Averix, people want to be angry
They
right
want to
now.
be shooters. They want to be stuff that they not. Everybody want to be a op. They want to follow what Chicago do.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Jersey's a very special place, man. I feel like we going once when we get in there, we gonna change a few things, man. We gonna make people, like you said, the message, everything you were just saying. I was just letting you flow because
Right.
everything you saying, that's what I be saying all the time.
For real. So Scotty Thompson here said it's tough finding the right people in the industry. There's a lot of fake promoters and whatnot.
Absolutely, you're
And
absolutely right.
you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what artists like yourself are dealing with nowadays. Is trying to get past all of that and trying to get back to people listening to the message. Because it was the message, man. If you think about it, music was rough back then. We had gangster rap and all of that, but you didn't have a whole lot of concerns or talk about black men with mental health issues
Right.
back then. The reason being is because they were able to release all of that on the records and
Mm-hmm.
release that. Let me tell y'all what I did today. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all what I saw today, and
Mm-hmm.
was able to release all of that. Nowadays, like you said, man, they want to be shooters. They want to be mad. They love it. They don't want to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
They want to say I had a hard life and now I'm
Some of them
finna
be
go.
lying. Some of them be lying about it. They be trying to fit in. It's crazy. Like, and I lived in different areas in Jersey with suburban areas, and they want to be from the hood. And
Right,
this is what I'm seeing. I'm basically seeing kids trying to fit in. Each
right.
generation, kids want to just fit in.
And I think that's the problem.
Yup.
Um, even even with me, man, I can say like when I grew up, I got into doing some crazy stuff. But I tell people I was never a street dude. Like I was never a street dude. Now I engaged in street activities as I came up, but me myself, I was never a street dude. And I was in that same era. I wanted, for some reason, for some oddball, crazy reason, I wanted to be in that life. And
Hmm.
when I think about it now, like, man, I had to have been mentally jacked up to want to have to carry a gun all the time, to want to run from bullets and all that. Like,
And getting the girls.
right,
I'm telling you, a lot of stuff be over girls too. Like it is crazy, man. Like, and like you said, running from cops and showing
right,
that you tough, you can fit in, you can hang with the fellas, you thug life, you
right.
gangster, you know.
So tell people, man, because you say you came from the bottom, from underneath poverty.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
so tell people how you were able to navigate that and trying to pull yourself up.
Keeping God first, and having people like my grandmothers, my aunties, keeping me in check when I get out of line, and some of my uncles being a little rough on me from a kid, but they knew my story. You know, to make my story short and simple, I've been on my own since 15. Diapers took me away from my mom's when I was like 14 or 15 years old because it was just a lot of personal things that I can't say right now in the beginning
Uh-huh.
of my journey. But it was a lot of things that was going on in the household, and they removed me from the household, put me with my father, and my father wasn't really never there for me like that. When I got that opportunity to live with him, he basically let me down big time. He has a lot of kids. I have a lot of siblings. I got the Jackson 5 family, what I call it, because we all look alike and we all got different talents. But me
Right,
and my siblings always kept in contact. And
right,
then I
right,
had my son when I turned like 19 years old. And then, I got put on child support. I've been on probation for 10 years from that. And I just got off in 2020. I had a lot of court dates. I've been robbed at gunpoint, Jersey. Like I said, a lot of people don't know about Jersey. They just see the fist pump in the Jersey Shore, which is true. We do have that here. But when you cross those tracks, that shit look like the wire. And it's
right,
really going down. And we out here with them bullets is flying, kids is dying. And you could turn on the news and see the shit for yourself, or you could follow the blogs, New Jersey 12, and it'll tell you everything was happening in these streets. So that's what I mean by I'm from the line under poverty, because I'm really from where people are really getting killed. So to make it past 16, to make it past 21, I made it past 25.
right.
So I feel like I'm
You
one of
really
them
doing it.
super,
Right,
yeah, I'm one of them super guys from Dragon Ball Z.
right,
I passed
right,
Super Saiyan already. I'm
right,
when his hair turned blue, that guy. I'm
right.
that at level. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, I'm speaking for those people and all my friends. Some of my friends were murdered. Some of them still in jail. Some doing life. Some they got their families now, and they all kind of stuff.
Bro, I feel you. It's it's like that here in Alabama. I'm in Birmingham, and people hear Alabama and they think country bumpkins and just country boys and all that, but it's going down. We got some issues here in the city that we're dealing with, and a lot of it, man, because I pay attention to people, and
Hmm.
a lot of it stems from really just people, just some of these cats, man, just They just want to be tough, man, and they just want to. They I mean, so they go out and do the stuff that they think tough guys do, and because of that, you have a city the size of Birmingham that's averaging 2-3 murders a week, and for a city this size, that's a high rate,
Mm.
and but it's what they deal with, man. But I personally believe that it's art. Art is universal. Everybody is creative in some way.
Yeah,
Everybody is. And I think if we got back to that, like I don't even know, and I had to check with my son. Like I don't even know if art classes are taught in school anymore. Um,
that's a good question.
you know what I'm saying?
Very good
Like,
question. That's a very good question.
um, yeah, it's art, man, that I think will allow people to
To
release
express themselves.
yeah. Because a lot of times it's just about expression. I got all this stuff going on at home. I got all this stuff going on in my life. I need a way to get this out. So
Hmm.
maybe it is just giving a kid a microphone and letting him spit some bars or something to
Exactly.
to get it out. Or maybe it is giving him a paintbrush and let him throw it on a canvas or something. But just give him that outlet. Because if not, what happens is he goes to school or he goes wherever you're going, somebody says the wrong thing and it comes out then.
Boom, boom, boom.
And
Yep.
you got all these issues, man. I really believe that we got to get back to art. But so who coming up? Because you're a rap artist,
Yes, sir.
so we know
Rapper.
you do rap as part of your artistry.
Exactly.
Um, who are your influences coming up? Who would you listen to?
Well, being from the East Coast, you know that whole Jay-Z wave, Nas wave, Dipset, G Unit, 50, Lloyd Banks, Santana's. Then the Lil Wayne came, No Limit,
Right,
Cash Money. We fuck with the South.
right.
We in definitely the West Coast with Uncle Snoop and them. Max B, French Montanas, a mix of everybody, man. I mean, I could list a lot of people that's on
Okay,
my list, and some R&B artists too. My cousins and them, we used to listen to SWV. Um, I'm missing a lot of names right now. TLC, all those things.
right,
Back in the '90s, like I said, we was kids. Like in the '90s, I was probably like 5 or 6. So
right.
dancing to those videos, I used to do Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the first one to inspire me to mess with music. Just from
Really?
being in front of the camera and dancing, doing his little moves and stuff like that. So that's why when you see me in my videos, I'll be bouncing around a lot. But that's really just from mocking Mike
Michael
back in
Jackson.
the day. And my grandfather from the South. He from the borderline of Alabama and Georgia. And my grandmother's from
Okay,
Blake. So I learned all this stuff when I was in college because I had to write a paper about them. So I actually got to interview my grandmother and I found out more about my family history. I have a lot of family between Georgia and Alabama. And
okay.
I feel like when I'm on them southern beats, that's where that's coming from. The
Right.
Ludacris's, the T.I.s, the Jeezys,
I
all
got
those eras. It's a lot of them. That's what inspired me.
I
And
got you.
being from Jersey.
And you can't that area up there is just musically infused into everything. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. We talk about hip hop being in Jersey, but man, jazz and blues and a lot of these other things, man, you had a lot of blues singers coming out of those areas. Um, that some of them traveled south, or a lot from the south traveled up there.
Hmm.
I tell people all the time, I'm from Michigan originally, but most of our parents were from the South. I mean, it's like there's people here in Birmingham now that I went to school with in Michigan. Had no idea that their folks was from, but a lot of us when we graduated, we wasn't doing nothing up there. Like my parents decided to come back south. I just hopped in the car with them.
Mm.
Like, let me go down here and see what this is all about. And just been here ever since. But a lot of us did that, man. And it just shows how universal this stuff is. And this is why I say it'll solve a lot of problems. It really will. Of course, it's not going to cut out everything. It's not going to fix or help everybody. But as a whole, man, I think people just need an outlet, just some sort of way to express what they do. Like you said, your son. Um, just watching daddy do what he do will inspire him and make it easier for him to express because I'm watching daddy do it. I see daddy get pissed off sometimes. I see daddy, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
then I also see daddy grab that mic or I see daddy grab that pencil and
Yep.
release all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really that simple, bro. Like we don't we don't have to go through some of the things we go through. It's simply if we see it, a lot of us saw and heard things, we had influences, and that's kind of the way we went. Nothing's changed. We just got to change what we do.
It's social media too. Social media play a big part in a lot of problems out here because people are living in a fantasy and just snitching on themselves online and just doing
Man,
all kind of that I'm not used to and I'm not going to get used to it.
bruh, I have never seen people do so much dirt and advertise it before in my life.
Oh my lord.
Like I don't,
Yeah,
man.
crazy.
That's that's a whole
That's
nother.
different. That's really a mental thing.
Right,
Like that's just
right,
I'm like, look, if I just rob CVS, why would I go on Instagram to post it and then tell them what time I did it, which store I went to, and what I had on?
or check this out, bro, or go live while I'm in there
While
robbing.
I'm on, bro. Yo, man, this shit is different. I don't come from that. Like I said, I graduated high school around the '07, '08 era,
Right,
right? When these things were forming, all these
right,
things was coming together. And I didn't think I'm a hustler, first and
right,
foremost. I always knew I was gonna find a way to make money online. That's what my focus. All that other stuff when Facebook started coming and all this stuff, my ex she was getting on there. I'm like, man, y'all getting on there to holler at other people and stuff like that. Then I started seeing it started becoming part of our life, and then it
right,
just man, it's just all this crazy things, and then it turns into numbers. Then it's a number game now.
right,
That's what a lot of artists go through with these industry people. If you ain't got enough numbers, but your shit is hot, they don't even want to listen to you. And that's
right,
crazy. That's
right,
crazy.
right.
Crazy,
It's
man.
definitely a numbers game.
Yeah.
So what else do you do besides the rap and the music?
Well, like I said, that's when the artist part come in. So my grandfathers were artists, both sides, my mother father and my father father. I actually was at my auntie house. Shout out to my auntie Jackie. I was over there with some family yesterday catching up, and she was saying, "This is where you get this from. You get this from your grandfather." And she showed me a picture of him drawing my uncle, one of my uncles, when he was in prison. And some, like I said, some of my family members were in prison. They were incarcerated, and we used to go visit them when I was little. And then one of my uncles, shout out to my uncle Rock, he was incarcerated for a lot of years, probably like 15, 10 years or something like that. And how we
Mhm.
communicated, he would draw The Simpsons, Fred Flintstone. He'll do like little Mother's Day stuff for my grandmother. Shout out to my grandmother. He'll do all those things, and that would blow my mind. Like, yo, how he doing that? He behind them bars and he doing all of that. And I'm like,
Right,
man, I gotta figure this out. And then God bless the dead, my grandfathers, my mother father, he was more of my father, and he would draw Power Rangers, and he had Parkinson disease, I believe, because his hands used to shake a lot like that while he drawing. So me being a little kid, and we're very honest, and I'm like, Grandpa, why your hand always shaking? He like,
right,
oh, shut up, boy, let me do what I'm doing. And
right,
he just, and that's why we had a good relationship like that. And he just do drawing like that, and the picture come out perfect, and it just used to just blow my mind. And I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. And then I think when he passed away in '96, that's what kept me going. And and then when I started finding out how to make money off of it, remember I told you I'm a hustler.
right,
Oh yeah, we gonna get this money.
right.
And ever since.
Wow.
Hmm
Wow.
And I actually
So
have some of the not paintings, drawings right beside me, so we can show your people.
yeah, man, go ahead and so what I want you to do, man, is go ahead and show us some and give us the story behind it.
Okay. And actually, well, before I get into it, I met a lot. I met some platinum. Let me say this before I get into the art.
Uh-huh.
I met a lot of millionaires and platinum artists in the game right now. These people, when I gave them this artwork, they gave me the time of the day to holler at me. You got so many people. Oh my God, it's PNB Rock. Oh my God, it's Joel Santana. Oh my God, it's DJ Khaled. Oh my God, it's Currency. Oh my God, it's so many people. But they taking the time to holler at me to let me know they appreciate my work.
That's what's up.
And I just want to say that to people that, respect the artists, man. And for them to show me that love and respect, I appreciate it. And that's another thing that keep me going. So now let's get into it. This is Currency. Like I said, I met him before. He got artwork from me before. He got another one coming. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
DMX. You heard? He definitely raised us. Shout out to Rough Riders. We got some artwork for them too. Now, real quick, this is people keep thinking I paint and I don't paint. This is colored pencil with baby oil to blend in the colors. Uh Alcoholic markers, probably a little bit of regular pen, ink, big pen, and number 2 pencil and a God-given gift, man.
Wow.
They go Fab. Fab definitely influenced. He got artwork from me before too. We had a little situation at the car show. I'll tell y'all that story another day, but he got another one. Shout out to Swiss Beats. We got one for him too. Like I said, Rough Riders raised us. If you're from the East, you know what I'm talking about. We got Lil Kim. Shout out to Kim. I got something for her too. You know, Wiz Khalifa. I actually got to perform with him. Probably a year before Black and Yellow came out, and that was just a crazy experience. I'll tell y'all that on another time. But I definitely met him. He was mad cool. And this was before he had the hair and everything. Like I said, this was a year before he popped, like really, really popped with Black and Yellow. And
Right.
I got to perform with him in New York. He was on tour pushing his mixtape, Flight School. And just to meet him, I didn't really know too much about him. My boy Swift, shout out to Swift. He the one that put me up on his music. Kendrick, Nipsey, he put me on all these guys. And these was one of the guys we got to meet. And he was mad cool. Max B, Big Avell, the wave god. Know what I mean? If you know me, you when we was hustling, we was listening to that coke wave, bagging up and doing things we wasn't supposed to do. And I'm not gonna say it on camera, but yeah, shout out to the wave god, man. Harlem, y'all know what's up. Pop Smoke, Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's my second home. Y'all already know what bro did. He a little younger than me, you know. And we got Offset. Shout out to the Migos. Hope they get their stuff right. And the late great Nipsey Hussle. We want to take it to the West Coast. So as you can see, this is what I do, man. And like I said, these are the things that keep me from pulling out a gun and robbing somebody and then getting all that time and just
Right.
drawing. Then I'm gonna be repeating the cycle, drawing my nieces and nephews, son in jail, and
Right.
I don't want to do that shit.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. How long does it take you to finish one of those?
man, it all depends because it's different pictures. Some pictures take a couple of weeks. Some might take a month. Some might take a couple days. It all depends on the detailing and exactly what I'm doing. So that's the best way I can answer that.
Gotcha.
And a lot of patience and a lot of
Yeah.
weed smoking too.
Yeah, I could tell it would take patience to do that kind of stuff. I came up with a homeboy of mine. he used to draw like that, but he used to draw in dots. And
Oh
he
man,
would
that's
just
a
take it,
talent right there to do
he
that.
would just take his pencil and just dot, man. And I would sit there and watch him like, dude, how do you sit there all that time and dot like bro? But that's the way he did it, man. And his pictures was, I mean, they was dope for real, but I don't have that kind of patience. Even if I could draw, man, I
Man.
just see, I'm a cinematographer, so I'm used to a camera, and I'm used to running, and so me sitting there taking a pencil and now my girlfriend, she's a painter.
Okay.
She does abstract painting, and
Oh man.
and she got me into doing some of that. Because for me, like I say, man, art is what we do. It's life,
Yep.
and I needed something to kind of get me away from the filmmaking and the videography and all that for a minute, because that can get I can get bogged down sometimes with client work. I got 4 or 5 videos stacked up. Um,
A lot of
and
memory.
everything. Matter of fact, that's my baby right there. Because I get frustrated because my drawings don't look like what's in my head. Was that an
But
issue
yeah,
for
yeah,
you?
yeah, for sure, for sure. She definitely lying about that.
Okay,
Yeah, she definitely lying. I'll be ready to throw the. Ah,
right.
gotta do this again. Like damn,
And,
especially if it's somebody order. Oh my lord,
she
man.
she gets like that sometimes, man. When she does her art, she'll be painting something, and I'll think it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at it like, baby, that's just, and she ain't
She's a
feeling it.
perfectionist. She's a
Right.
perfectionist.
She ain't feeling it. She's like, it don't look right. It don't look, this ain't what I wanted. This, and I feel her on that because I do the same thing with videos that I shoot.
Uh-huh.
If I'm doing something if I'm doing a music video or I'm doing something like that, and we shoot, and I get down and start editing, and I'm looking at the video, I'll call the artist and be like, look, bro, we got to reshoot this.
We
This
gotta
ain't
do it again. The
right. This
lighting
ain't
ain't right. Oh my god, y'all job is hard. That
yo,
photography is hard, man.
yo.
Oh my lord.
But if it doesn't, if I didn't achieve that look that I was looking for, or I didn't tell the story, like if I'm shooting a video for you and I'm listening to your lyrics, if we didn't capture that in the visual, yo, dude, we got to redo that, man. This ain't it. This ain't the right one. This,
Mm, mm. And then you like, what? I gotta wear the same. Damn.
yeah, yeah.
What
Get
was
your
the clothes I
outfits
wore again?
right. Get your outfits back
Yeah.
together, bro. Get the extras. Come on, we got to redo this because it's and I get it because along with, even though art is fun and it's a way for us to unwind, we still want it to look a certain way, sound a certain way, and
Quality, the business.
the business part of it.
Yeah.
There you go, right there. It's that business part that we
Hmm.
still have to look at. That's the part that sometimes gets me in the mood to not want to do anything. Like I'll
Hmm.
sit at my computer, I'll sit here at this desk, and I know I got 5 videos to edit, and I'm just staring at the computer screen like,
Damn. Like
right,
damn.
I don't want to do it. So what I found out is that if I go and paint, because the painting slows me down. I've got to gather my paints, I've got to mix my paints, I've got to get, you know what I'm saying? I have to slow down to do it in order for it to look the way that I want it to look. So in doing that, I now can get creative when it comes to the video work because I'm still being creative just in a
Let's
different way.
go. That's
You know,
dope.
you know what I'm saying? And it just it keeps me going. Um
Your girl a keeper. You better keep her for that one. She's a keeper. Yeah,
so
she put you on game.
yo, yo, I used to watch her, and it amazed me how while she was painting, nothing else mattered.
Yep.
She didn't
That's how I
hear
be.
anything else. She didn't see anything else but what she was doing. And that focus, like I literally did a video on my YouTube channel of her doing a drawing and a painting. and you can see it in her face. Nothing like I
Mhm.
don't even know if she realized that I was there with the camera most of the time. Like she was just in a zone. I wanted that. Like I wanted to be able to do that. I want to be able to drown out everything and not care about what's going on around me. And I realized, dude, I'll turn on some jazz music
Yeah,
and start getting my paint together so I can paint. Next thing
right.
I know, an hour then went by, and I'm like, golly. And all I got in front of me is a canvas with some paint on it.
Yep.
And dude, it's that's therapeutic. That's healing right there, man.
Mm,
And I
you
don't
right.
think people understand that.
You just broke that down to me. That's why I probably do it so much because I'm expressing so much I got on my mind and what I'm dealing with that under that poverty line. I'm showing y'all
Right,
what I'm seeing.
right. It's healing, man.
Hmm.
That's why Bruh said he got a home studio, right? To be able to just go in, you know what I'm saying, and just release all of that, man. That, it's healing, man. And this is why, even with my youngest son, I said I was gonna go to his school and check, see if they got art class still, see if they got a way for these kids to release some of that stuff, man. Some of these kids are going through hell at home.
Exactly. And I was
You know
one
what
of
I'm
them.
saying?
I was one of them. And
Right.
that's what I was explaining earlier. And
And
then the
to be
schools,
able,
the
right,
budget, they cut the budget and they know
right,
what they be doing, man.
right,
Look, the uppers, the people in the high positions, they know what they doing. They do a lot of I don't want to get too
right. I
in
feel
that
you. I feel you.
language, but you know what I'm saying? Like they doing certain little shit to set us up for failure, basically.
Right. And when you relieve that, when you take that out of schools, how else are the kids going to express themselves?
You know that they don't give a hey,
Even in the neighborhoods, you don't even have basketball courts in the neighborhoods no more. Kids can't even go and play. I mean, they took all the basketball courts down. They took
because of COVID and the mask, that slowed down, man. That was the excuse.
so it's like what what y'all expect the kids to do?
Kill each other and give them more money in the prisons.
Like, I mean, it's just like and my girl, she hit me there and I thought about it. She was getting her dog trained. And the dog trainer told her that when dogs get bored, that's normally when they tear up stuff. They go start
Oh,
digging up stuff in the yard. Because they're bored. They ain't got nothing to do. Ain't nobody to play with,
never knew
nothing
that.
to do. So think about that in human terms.
That
When
make
we
a
get
lot of sense.
I noticed even with my son, and I watched him when he's sitting around and he's bored and he's not doing anything, I notice his hands will start roaming. He'll
Uh,
just start picking up stuff. Like on my desk, I got white paint on my desk now. From him just sitting here one day bored and just smeared some white paint on my desk for no reason,
oh
just
my
white paint.
god.
But that's what happens, man. That your mind starts to just go crazy because you're bored. So
Hmm.
you didn't pull this stuff out of school, so kids can't go and paint. They can't, when I was coming up, you had drama club where they was teaching the kids acting and all that
We
kind of
had
stuff.
that. I'm
You
from
know what
that
I'm
era.
saying?
We had that.
Did you? Okay, yeah. You know what I'm
We
saying?
had
See,
that.
I don't think they do that no more. So it's like
Hmm.
they got these hellish lives at home. They go to school. There's no way to release it. So they just doing this back and forth, day after day, day after day.
Like a job. They making it like a job, like a goddamn job. And it's just like, nah. And that's why I try to teach my son a lot of important stuff. And that's why as parents, it's very important. Don't brush your kid off to use that app. Go on your phone. Find something to do. No,
Right,
that's your kid. You
right,
have to entertain them too now.
right,
You
right.
know?
Like I'm trying to take mine this summer. We're trying to take a trip to this cabin uh down south that we found. Man, this cabin is dope. No internet.
Okay.
There's a TV there, but ain't nothing but some DVDs.
Perfect.
It's slap in the middle of the woods, man. It's on a lake, so it's real
Mm.
nice scenery. But you know, ain't no like even when it comes to like going to the grocery store, you got to drive for a minute to get to the grocery store. I mean, this thing sits behind a big cow pasture in the middle of
Wow.
the woods. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? I was gonna take my kids to that, man. Make them find other ways to have fun. You know, your phones ain't gonna work out here. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to get out here, man. We gonna go fishing. We gonna do some
Perfect.
archery. We're gonna do some hunting, maybe. We gonna, just other things, man. We did it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying. We had I was an athlete when I was younger. I had basketball camp. So
Right.
I went to basketball camp for 3 summers. So like it's just a lot of things that just been cut down. And like I said, the people in power, they know what they doing, sending these kids, keeping the generational curse going.
Right.
They don't want to see us up. You know what's going on out here, man.
Right. It's crazy, man. Yeah, this person, they pulled their extracurricular activities from schools and neighborhoods. They did. We used to have
Especially the urban communities too.
like you say,
They know what's
that's
going on.
a conversation we can have on the other podcast.
Exactly.
But that's the big one though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because I can remember, man, we had parks and recreation during the summer, man. We could go, and all they did was open up the school during the summer. We'd be at the school all day. They'd feed us lunch, but they had
Yup.
different activities.
Yup.
Different activities. We'd be at the school all day, man. Our parents would have to
Having a
come get
ball.
us.
Having
Our
a
parents,
ball.
right. Our parents would have to come get us, man. Hey, y'all come on home now.
Before the
All
street
day.
light.
Because we was outside, man, at the basketball court, and trying to get these kids. Now, my youngest son, I will say, he doesn't like to be shut up in the house. He does like to be outside. But
That's good.
that phone is glued to his hand, though. Like, I have to tell him, like, son, it's okay for you not to be on the phone. Like,
you can put it down for
you
5
can
minutes.
put it down, right? I promise if you put it down, it will not go away. It's not going to run away from you. It won't explode. It'll be in that same spot when you pick it up again. You know what I'm saying? But and it's funny because, bro, he don't even necessarily have to be doing anything on it. He just got
it. Just right next to him.
Just
And
got
that's society in general. Like they made it like that. Like even sometimes I be catching myself like, yo, I need to put this phone down for a second. Get this shit away from me. I need to go outside and box real quick and play ball or something. I mean,
I'm guilty of that, sitting in front of this computer, like I say, doing videos.
Woo!
I can sit here and the whole day be going. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so I have to make myself sometimes, man, get up, go outside for a minute, go sit on the porch for a minute, go, you know what I'm saying? Just to get away. Or, now, like I say, I paint. I'll stop myself from doing videos and go and paint. Get away from this for a minute. Do something else where it's more relaxing for you. Like my girl, she sells her paintings. We did an art exhibit for her beginning of the month, and
that's dope.
Yo, it was, but at the same time, it was dope, but it was stressful setting up everything, getting it all together, and all
the
and
lighting.
And she's stressing because the paintings they're not hanging on the wall the right way she wants them, and some of them fell off the wall, and this, like, she's stressing about it, and I'm like, see, I don't want to do that. I just want to paint. I don't sell nothing. I got about 30 paintings in my house that I've done just on my walls, and that's it. That's you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I don't want to sell nothing. I don't want to even go through that.
I don't want to do nothing.
But for her, that's part of the process.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It's part of the creative process for her. Like her main thing is she does IT work, but when she's painting, that's her passion. That's what she loves. So all of that is part of the process, and I have to realize that because, as men, we simple, we real simplistic,
very simple.
It fall off the wall, put the damn thing back up there, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
not with a woman, not with a female.
It's gotta be up there a certain way. It's gotta be positioned. You didn't put it in the right spot. You didn't, but I had to realize that's her process.
Yeah.
All of that is part of her creative process.
Hmm.
So I have to roll with that. I gotta, okay, all right. This is what she does. This is how she wants it. So I just gotta roll with it and realize it's simple for me, but not so simple for her. Like for
Yeah.
me, I was like, man, we'll put these things on the tables, and
And that's it. We done. Nah.
right now, man. It was set up, and when she positioned everything the way she wanted it and stuff, it was really nice. It really was. But you know, it, but I could have did it in 10 minutes and been done.
Yeah, word up.
You know what I'm saying?
Now
Like
with a female, she
10
gonna
minutes,
make.
I'm good.
That's the one thing I can say about women. What I appreciate about women, they're gonna see certain things we not gonna see. Just like they're not
Always.
gonna see certain things. They're
Right.
not gonna see. So take it in consideration.
So you said when you started drawing,
Hmm.
when did you start doing the music thing? Which came first, the drawing or the music?
The drawing came first because remember I used to be in the room. My grandfather, God bless
Right.
his dead, when I was a baby to whenever he died. So I was always in the back room with him while my grandmother in the front doing what she doing.
Okay.
And we were drawing a lot. And then, like I said, my uncle, his son, he was in prison and he used to do all of that. Now the music thing came. I wasn't even thinking about music because I wanted to play ball. I wanted to be a basketball player. I told you I wanted to be Allen Iverson. That's why I call myself Ava Iverson.
Right.
Because I really was good.
Okay.
And that didn't really work out. And then, like I said, the personal things that started happening as I started hitting around 12 and 13 years old, I started realizing certain things were going on in my household between me and my stepfather. We weren't seeing eye to eye. And he was abusing his power. That's what I'm gonna say. He was abusing his power
Okay.
physically on me, to which it got me removed from the household.
Okay.
And basically, my mom's, she basically kind of chose his side. And like I said, I'm gonna save that to when I get, I guess when I get a bigger artist, when I'm really, really in the game, and then I can really tell y'all that detailed story, because there's still a lot of things that haven't been solved yet. So I'm just
I
giving
got
you like the little piece of it. So that little piece that I'm giving you started the music, because when I used to be on punishment a lot, he used to make that shit feel like jail. So all I had was a pen and a pad, and I would just be writing raps all day. One time he put me on punishment for like 3 months, sitting in the kitchen. So I would have to come home from school, make sure I get my brothers, make sure they fed, they do whatever they want, and then I would have to sit in the kitchen and the table, make sure I get my homework done. Nobody home because they both at work, or he's running around doing what he doing, and I'm babysitting, and then plus I have to sit in that kitchen all day. And I had nothing else to do. I used to go
yeah.
sneak, watch TV, BET, and stuff like that. Rap
Right.
City, 106 and Park. That's my wave. So I used to go sneak and watch that. Make sure I put the channel back on the news, because that's what he was
Right.
watching.
That's
And I
what he
put that
like.
shit
Right.
on, and I go right back, and write some raps and shit. And I wrote a couple diss songs about him and shit like that. And then in school, like I said, G Unit came out around that time, and
Okay.
a lot of the kids in school was rapping. Like I said, I
Right.
wasn't thinking about rap shit. I listen to it. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Hove and Rockefellers, the rock, all that. I'm a fan of all that, but I ain't trying to do that shit, man. I'm trying to get some money. I'm trying
Right.
to ball. Right now,
Right.
home ain't right. I got to steal from CVS and Walgreens so we can eat at home. And I
Right.
mean, we living in a nice area and we in a bigger house, but it's still mentally in there effed up.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
another thing. My story is really different. My story is so different. But to make a long story short, it all started from those minor problems that formed into a big problem. And then I fell in love with it. I was already part of it and listening to it in the hood. You listening to music all day, every day. Everybody around me listening, then they rapping. Then naturally it just came to me. I wasn't the best at first because I never used to write. I used to just freestyle, just say whatever. They like, yo, you got it, but the shit you saying is stupid. Write it down, and then that's the era I come from. You can't tell
Right.
these kids that type of shit nowadays
Right.
because they ready
Right.
to shoot you. And that's when you have to pull a little asses to the side, like, little bro, listen. I'm only trying to tell you something to help you, my brother. And
Right.
they respect that more. That's why they be like, oh, you hating old head and da 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 da. No, you gotta pull their little asses to the side and holler at them. And you know, like I said, just doing that, they was telling me, yo, you need to write your shit down. Then I started writing it, and then I started getting beats, and you know, I was just doing it. And then when I started hitting my late teenage years, then that's when I was like, yo, I think this is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna mix it with the art too, because I'm already killing them with the art. But
Right.
I'm gonna bring the music too. And you know what I mean, just find a way to combine those two things together. And then over the years, it just started forming.
Yo, that's what's up. That's
Hmm.
what's up, man. And it goes to show you how, like I say, people are creative in so many different ways. Um, and I don't think a lot of people realize it, that
Hmm.
they're as creative as they think they are. Um, but we can all find ways to be creative, man. I think, especially when it just comes to us just simply telling our story,
Yep.
just simply telling the story, and however, in whatever way you think that it needs to be told, whether it's music, whether it's painting, whether it's dancing, whatever. If we can just tell the story and get the communication part out, I think that'll help a lot of things. Because, like
Hmm.
me and you were saying, man, men, we ain't supposed to do that.
Nope.
We
Take
supposed to
it.
take it,
You'll be
man.
all right. You'll be all right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to take it and just deal with it and all this stuff. And we in this era now where everybody wants to be a alpha male and right. So now and I tell people, man, like, so if men, if we're just supposed to take it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
If we're just supposed to take it and we just internalize all this stuff, at some point everything comes to a head and blows.
Oh yeah.
So if this man you've been around for 20, 25 years has just been taking it,
Yep.
do you really want to be around him when he blows?
Exactly. Like a dog. I tell people all the time, like you keep playing with a dog mouth, what he gonna do? He gonna bite your
He gonna
hand.
bite you, right? So
Hmm.
I think, man, we got to get to this thing to where even as adults, and I talk to a lot of guys my age, even as adults, man, like, bro, find a way to express yourself. I don't care if you're 50, 60 years, I don't care. Find
Yeah.
find what that is. You know what I'm saying? Find out. If you don't do nothing but just write down your thoughts, and then that turns into poetry or spoken word or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just get it out of you. Get it out of you. Get it to where, you know, all therapists do. What does a therapist do? Come in here and talk to
And
me.
let's speak on that about therapists real quick.
Uh-huh.
There's no, I want to let the people know there's nothing wrong with having a therapist. When the state took me away from my mom's when I was about 14 or 15 years old, there's a thing up here called DIFUS. I don't know if you're familiar with DIFUS.
Mm-mm.
DIFUS, it might be called something different in your state, but basically the state own your kid, and you'll be put in like in a foster home
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah, okay.
you know stuff like that. It
Mhm.
might be called something different where you at, but we call it DIFUS up here, and that's what happened
Okay.
with me. I almost
Okay.
got put into a foster home because they didn't know who my father was on my birth certificate. It's just a lot, right? But when I got with DIFUS, I had to go to counseling
Mm-hmm.
because they started noticing my attitude started getting real reckless. I
Right.
started like, remember all them ass whooping sitting in the kitchen for 3 months. I had to take that shit, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
like you just said, it started coming out. And once when I got away from that freedom, like I ain't got to deal with this man ass whoopings no more and these stupid ass punishments. Oh, I'm about to turn up now.
Right.
I'm about
Right.
to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all what I really can do. But they said no, you have to go to counseling because you don't want to go to jail, and you know you got a town, you got something. And when I started going to counseling, I wasn't with that shit at first. And you got to mind you, I'm over 25, and I've been going to counseling since I was like around that age, 14, 15. And
Mm-hmm.
it actually started helping me. When you got a good counselor, a good therapist, That's what's going to help you get all that stuff out. This is how I know how to communicate to you now from being in therapy and anger management all these years. That's how I know how to communicate so well from being in that. So I just want to let men know, especially black men know, that there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. Don't let your boys, because they smoking a blunt with you or drinking with you, oh, that's some sucker shit. No, nigga, that's ducking life, 35 to life shit. So please do it.
Right. Right. Yeah. On the other podcast I do, man, one of the brothers I'm on with, he's a therapist. Um, and we talk about it all the time, man, about black men going to therapy and just doing something therapeutic. And my thing was always, because you still are gonna have men, especially those 30, 35 and up, they just ain't feeling going to sit in front of no therapist. Like that's gonna go against everything they were taught coming up. So my thing is, all right, cool. Well, if you don't want to go sit in front of a therapist, you still need a way to get this stuff out.
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to do it.
What's going to deal with you? It's going to deal with you. And like I said, 25 to life. I'm good.
It will, man. A lot of times, like if you look at a lot of times, man, when dudes beat up on their wives and their girls and stuff, sometimes now you do just got some crazy cats out there that's just violent and just want to. But
Childhood
a lot of times,
trauma.
man, perfect example, Will Smith. That slap he gave Chris Rock was not about Chris Rock.
Nah, not at all.
That slap was a bunch of pent up, this woman is toxic and getting on my nerves, all this other stuff. I'm tired of the jokes. I'm tired of it. And
people thinking I'm a punk because I don't show myself as a tough guy, but they don't know I'm really from Philly and I'm this big Willie right here. Right. That's exactly what that was about.
Right. And Chris Rock just happened to be there and he caught it. Man. But I tell people that's the perfect example.
Yep.
Perfect example of it. Mm-hmm. Of somebody internalizing a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, and just keeping it in. And so now you got this man telling jokes and everybody sitting around you laughing. Will probably all them laughs was directed at him. You know what I'm saying? Like these folks laughing. Like you said, let me show these folks I'm Big Willie. All right. Go up here. Y'all be talking that mess. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go up here and
do this.
Nigga. Right. And that's what he did. And man, it was, for me, watching it was heartbreaking because I knew it wasn't about Chris Rock. And I knew it wasn't about that joke.
And they both good dudes, so it was just crazy to see that.
It was like, wow, man, like it happened in this fashion, but that goes to show you this is what happens, y'all, when you don't get that help, when you don't have something as an outlet to release all that stuff. I'm telling you, art is that. It is that outlet that everybody can use. That, and it don't cost. Listen, therapy costs money. I get it. Fine, you ain't got no money. There's something you can do.
That's true.
Paint. Go paint. Like I say, write down your thoughts.
Go work out, man. That's another thing too. Go work out. It helps out a lot.
Working out. Another way. You know what I'm saying? Anything to release that. But we've got to find ways to do it in a positive sense. And if the kids see us doing it,
they're going to do exactly what we do. Yep.
They'll mimic that. Like your son right now knows, okay, when I get angry, this is the way I need to handle it because this is the way daddy does.
Yep.
Even when daddy gets mad at me, I see what he does. He says what he has to say to me, then he goes and he draws, or he goes and he writes a rap real quick, or he go whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he's seeing that. So that's teaching him how to deal with whatever it is he's going through. So when he hits life, he can say, all right, my classmates pissing me off. Instead of me hitting this kid with a baseball bat, let me grab this pencil real quick and just let me draw his face.
Hitting his ass with the baseball bat. That's so crazy. You know, real creative. Like, oh shit.
Right. And putting it down in that way. But I think that's what it's taking, man. That's what it's going to take. And when I started the Artist Loft, that was my intention. Like
Yo.
I want people's stories, I want their process, their artistry out there so other people can see this is how they're dealing with their everyday life.
That's
This is
dope.
how they deal with it. This is how they cope with it. Some of these people, man, some of us we ain't got it all together. We still, but we have that outlet. There's plenty of times when I've literally just grabbed my camera and just started driving. I have no destination, no idea what I'm going to do. I just know I'm going someplace by myself and I'm gonna turn this camera on
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna get these shots. And I have, man, I got hard drives full of footage I'll probably never use. But
Mm.
it was me getting out. You know what I'm saying? And
Therapy.
just
It's your therapy moments. You went to therapy for an hour. Your therapy session. That's what it was.
that's what it was. And
Mm-hmm.
I think, man, that's what we got to get back to. But man, Ava, man, listen, I'm gonna get you back on here, man, so we can chop it up again.
It was
I
dope, man.
probably, I'll probably get you on the other podcast. The other podcast is called the Four Black Guys Show. Real
Okay,
simple.
okay.
There's four black guys. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
And it's barbershop talk, man. It's
Oh,
straight
that's gonna be
barbershop
hard.
talk.
That's gonna be hard.
We'll probably get you on that, man, and let you talk about that. Let's see. Jesse says, if you think about it, some therapists use art to get traumatized kids to get things out. There
Yes,
you
yeah,
go.
absolutely. She definitely on the money with that, man.
There you go.
Everything you saying, everything you were saying, I think it's dope what you doing with the artist loft, um, pushing that narrative because you got to remember it's a lot of other bloggers and podcast people that just pushing a whole nother narrative and just trying to get that clickbait and them likes and them views,
Right.
but you actually pushing the message. And you know what I noticed too? A few rappers and a few artists said that like, yo, just be you, eventually they're gonna get used to. But I know it look hard right now, but if
Right.
you just keep staying consistent, if you can't stay motivated, stay consistent. That's what Jim Jones say all the
Right.
time.
Right.
And just just keep doing it, man. Because eventually somebody gonna run across this shit. Yo, I like what bruh doing, and you got us to vouch for you to let them know, yo, his podcast was dope. Like the
Right.
artist love that joint is hot. Like I mean, he gets straight to it, and he really hitting a nail about mental health and just all kind of awareness that we not even really paying attention to.
And
So
that's what it was about for me, man. I noticed what art did for me. I saw what it did with my girl. I see what it does for other people. And I'm like, yo, this needs to be stressed. This needs to be put out. People are dealing with stuff, man, and some people just don't know how to deal with it. Some
mm-hmm.
people don't have access to a therapist. They can't get that help that
They
they
don't have the
need.
insurance for the money.
So I got to show them that there are ways to get through it.
That's
Like there are
dope.
ways. I know cats, man, who really have some mental challenges. I mean, like certified mental challenges. And
Mm-hmm.
art helps them to stay calm. It helps them to balance out all the other nonsense that's going on.
Like
So
weed.
I've got there you go. I've got this mess here, and then I've got where I'm trying to get to, and I've got arts. I got art as the bridge that's going to help me to get out of this, to change that frame of mind, so I can teach my kids a different way of doing things. Like the way daddy came up, the way that ain't what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell my kids, especially my oldest son. My oldest son, unfortunately, when he was coming up, daddy was a fool.
Yep. Just
And
like that.
but I've taught him since then, and I've told him, listen, that wasn't what's up. You got to make sure you stay on the up and up. And I also teach him responsibility. If you get out here and do something crazy, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly what you just said. I tell my son it's changed. That's why yo. That's exactly what you just said. That's all you gotta say to these kids. And then
right,
if you got friends that been to jail, all you gotta do is bring them around them and show them. That's all you gotta do with these kids is just show them live. Because they so
show
used to
them.
seeing everything live. Bring it to them live. Yo, you wanna be here? Had a cop tell them, yeah, this is what they do in jail. This is what they do. And they
This,
like, nah, I don't know parts of that.
this is it, man. I tell him, man, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Jail is not fun, and I've made sure my kids understood that this thing with being a man and manhood, all that is stripped away from you in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You all that's
Yeah.
stripped away from you. So if you can't handle somebody telling you what to do out here,
Yep.
ain't no point
Mm.
in you doing nothing crazy and going to jail because you're gonna lose your mind.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
and I heard one cat one day say, um, he was talking about doing something crazy. Well, man, I ain't gonna do nothing but go to the county. Ain't like I'm going to prison, bro.
Mm.
Jail is jail. I don't care. Wait, listen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. F that. And
You
I never got to sit in jail. I've been to court a lot. I know not to turn myself in on Friday. And but I did sat in the shelter for a whole year, and that felt like the county and a
right,
halfway house.
right,
And I
right.
said, yeah, I said, damn it, this what jail feel like? Oh hell no, I'm good on that. And I've
Yeah.
been on the street path since.
It's never. I've never been to prison. I've been to county jails. I've been to city jails, and let me tell you, it's all the same. You behind
It's
bars.
whack. Straight whack.
You behind bars. It's. I don't care how you want to try to fluff it up about them letting you go in the yard more and you can work out and all. Man, I can't go home.
Yeah. I can't make a phone call when I want to.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
dude, come
F
on,
that,
man.
man.
I don't care how y'all want to dress it up, man. It's jail and I ain't going. I'm done.
I had a curfew at 9 o'clock. I hated that. I hated that.
Bro.
Mm-mm.
You laying up in your book, trying to read a book, trying to have some lights out. Dude, it's eight
Yeah. Oh
o'clock.
man,
What y'all doing?
I'm good on that. I'm good. And then the guy and the dudes. See, I got lucky. I got put in the shelter where they had. I got lucky and got my own little dorm. But
Uh-huh.
still, you had to watch out because niggas was breaking into your room and taking your shit, or it's going down.
Right.
It's just going down. So you know how that go,
For
man.
real. But yeah, man, we're gonna get you back on, man. Like I said, I'm gonna send you an invitation probably to come on the other podcast, get you on the Four Black Guys, man. We're gonna talk about some things, man. Let everybody know how they can contact you, man, how they can listen to your music and buy your paintings or whatever.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram, AVAREXNJ underscore. That's AvasrexNJ. YouTube, AvasrexNJ. I got 2 channels, right? Oh yeah, so this door. I keep forgetting to mention this every time. One channel is side A. That's the dirty, that's the vlogs, cursing and all of that. The B side, when you see Avarexnj New Jersey, the other page, that's actually the art where you can see me drawing and some of my clean music because I know kids be watching my stuff sometimes. So
I feel you.
me being a father, I don't
I
mind
feel,
listening. You
right.
know how it is with these
I
kids, they
feel you.
perish. So I be trying to watch, even my little nieces and nephew, I be trying to watch what I say. So
Right.
and
Right.
I know they like watching my stuff. So I try to clean it up. So y'all can find me on there. Facebook, everything is AvasrexNJ. And you can just put Avarex too. TikTok too, you can find me AvasrexNJ. Hit me on my email, avarex201@gmail.com if you need any artwork done or anything like that. Art by Avarex on Instagram. You can see more of the work. I got more vlogs coming. You can see my other vlogs. You can actually see me giving the artwork to the artists I explained to you earlier. I met Khaled. I met Currency. I met Santana. You can see me giving them the artwork on my pages and
That's
seeing their reaction and seeing what I was saying earlier about how he was picking me up and showing me love. Like, yo, nigga, who are you? Like, I'm
right.
like, yo, man, like, yo, you don't understand. I listen to your shit to get
Right.
not doing 25 to life. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
shit,
Right. Right.
you fucking with me, shit. Like, yo, and I gotta pick up Uncle Redman. Uncle Redman, he always showing me love. I gave him a painting as well, so you can actually see that on my YouTube channel on Ava TV. You can see all kind of things that I do, the day in the life of an artist. So check me out, y'all. Subscribe and all that good stuff.
Yo, that's what's up, man. So listen, y'all got all the information, man. We gonna have him on again. Listen, man, make sure y'all share this out, man. Y'all got to share. We got to get this information out there. We got to help
Mm-hmm.
people. We got to let people know that there are ways for them to combat what they're going through. We all have stories. We all have issues that we deal with on a daily basis. But art
Yeah.
is going to be the way that we fix this stuff. All right. So listen, man, y'all enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll get at y'all. It's the Artist Loft. Peace out, y'all.
Artist Loft. Let's get